Hi everybody, this is Meredith from the Witty Gritty Paper Co. And today I have something very cool to show you, like new watercolor product alert. And just so you know, it is kind of a big deal when a new product comes out in the art world as opposed to the craft world, where, you know, every couple months or so you can go into a craft store, a big box craft store, and there'll be tons of new stuff. The art industry is pretty different. Generally speaking, they do not come out with new products every 6 months, and they don't get rid of products every 6 months. So it's kind of a big deal when something new comes onto the market. So I wanted to make sure you guys saw this. Ta-da! This is the new watercolor product. It is called the Viviva Colorsheets. I was calling it Viviva for like the longest time, but I'm pretty sure the right pronunciation is Viviva. And as you can see, it is a super tiny little thing. I'm pretty sure it's less than a 1/4 inch thick, or maybe just a 1/4 inch. And it is a palette of 16 watercolors. So pretty cool. It is, you know, they're calling it the most portable watercolor set ever, which I would argue it certainly is. Like I said, it's like 3 or 4 inches long, maybe 2 inches wide, and like a 1/4 inch thick. I mean, it's very small. And I'll walk you through it a little bit here. So there's a nice little spot to write your name up in the front, and some instructions, always good. And between each sheet, there is this water-resistant waxy paper. So the reason that's there is, say you were using your crimson here and then you decided you wanted to either stop painting or flip to another color, then you could just close the book or flip to another color, and the sheets aren't going to stick to each other. So that that is important. There actually was an earlier version of this that that I was privileged enough to try out, and it didn't have those sheets in it, so the book would stick together a little bit. So that's something new. So I guess I should have started at the beginning, right? I'll start at the beginning now. Okay, about 9 months ago or so, I was contacted by the guy who invented these, and he you know, was asking me if I would try out some samples to see what I thought, and me and along with quite a few other artists from around the world. And suffice it to say, went through a couple different prototypes and changes, and this is the final product. And I also want to say quick that this video is not sponsored by Viviva or anybody. I was provided with some samples in exchange for my opinion, but I would never endorse anything or share anything with you that I didn't actually think was really cool and valuable. So just so you guys know, I like to make sure everybody knows what the deal is, full discretion. So, or full disclosure. Okay, so I walked you through that a little bit. Like I said, there's 16 colors, and they're supposedly very transparent. And of course, clearly a huge development in the world of portable painting. And let me show you something. So one thing I couldn't find about these was any light fast info. So I decided to run a test of my own, because I always like to know if my paints are light fast. And before I show you, if you've never heard of light fastness, it basically just means whether or not a color is going to fade when exposed to sunlight. So if you bought a tube of paint that was extremely light fast and you painted a painting with it, basically that means you could hang it up in direct sunlight and it's not going to fade for many, 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 many years. And there are grades of light fastness. There's like very light fast, kind of light fast, and not. So since I couldn't find any information on this, I wanted to do my own test. So I swatched out every color in the set, 16, and I left them in the sun for a month. So if you look, these are the colors that were left in the sun, and then these are all the colors swatched out, not left in the sun. So I know this is a really wide shot, so it's kind of hard to see the comparison, but if you look at these blue ones and the purple and the magenta, you can see there's quite a bit of difference. These almost all faded to like a Payne's gray color. So these ones on the bottom faded quite a bit. This one like changed colors almost completely. But the top ones are pretty solid. So the reason I wanted to make sure everybody saw this is, like I said, you don't want to paint a masterpiece and hang it up and be so proud of it and then have it fade in a month. Like, that was just kind of heartbreaking. So what I would say is these are absolutely, in my opinion, I recommend them for sketchbook use. Because if you're sketchbooking, you know, you close that sucker up, you can have all your beautiful paintings and such inside, and it's not going to be exposed to light, so it's not going to fade. But like I said, the top ones are almost unchanged. Yeah, they're almost unchanged. There's a little fading here, but they're almost unchanged. But the bottom suffered a lot. And the thing is, all super vibrant colors like this in any brand are always the first to go. Just whatever they're made of, pigments, dyes, they, for some reason, are just always the first to fade. I've never had any color, especially a color like this, be completely light fast, even in the world's best brands. So that does tend to happen. More of these doesn't surprise me that these were the ones to fade first. But that being said, you know, I wanted everybody to see that they are not completely light fast. So you would not want to paint something, and especially with these colors, and hang it up because it would probably fade on you. So as you can see, these are the ones that were not exposed to sunlight, and they are the 16 colors in the set. And I'm pretty happy with the variety. I think it's a pretty nice rainbow, maybe a little red on it on the oranges, but I think it's pretty good. The original prototype, the other prototype, only had 12 colors, and they were mostly earth tones. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I am glad to see that in the newest version, they added some more vibrant colors. I think that's good. It's always a shame, and it does make it actually a lot less portable if you're missing colors that you would have wanted to paint outside. So say you were gonna go plein air painting, which is the French term. It basically just means going outside and painting on location. You wouldn't want to have to take this and like a tube or two of other colors that you wanted to have but weren't in here, and you couldn't mix them because this didn't have enough colors. So I think I'm really glad that they expanded it to be 16. And the claim that they're the most portable ever, I really can't dispute that. I mean, you literally would need this, a water brush, and a sketchbook, and you could go painting. And what's so powerful about that is that means you could paint on your morning commute. Obviously, if you're not driving, you could paint, you know, if you take the subway or the train or whatever. You could paint on your lunch break. You could just paint whenever you have 5 minutes. Your paint is just ready when you are. There's none of this prep. There's none of this, is it going to fall off my lap and like make a giant disaster? You know, having to remember everything. Like, it's literally 3 things. It's this, water brush, and the sketchbook. That's literally all you would need to paint. And that is, I think, really powerful, especially for people who, you know, paint as a hobby or just starting out. Like, finding time to paint is hard enough. You shouldn't have to struggle with the time it takes to prep your supplies. So I'm actually going to be giving away 5 of these little cuties. And I will have that information for you at the end of the video, as well as where you can find these. And I'm going to do, first though, I'm going to do a little speed paint of these for how they work in my sketchbook. And if you want to just fast forward to the giveaway, that's fine. I won't be offended, but I want to show you them in action. So we'll get right into that. Okay, so here is our finished sketchbook painting here. I'm pretty happy with it. I didn't really know what I was going to do when I just started, but it kind of reminds me of like stained glass or water or mirages. It's pretty, I like it. I use mostly primaries, so as you can see, they are transparent. You can see the first layers under the top layers, and there's a lot of like purples and greens going on. I use like all primaries, so you can see they do mix together nicely and overlap and are transparent. So that's them in action. Pretty happy with it. Okay, so on to the giveaway. So I have 5 of the Viviva Colorsheets to give away, brand new, unused. And it's really easy to enter. All you have to do is like this video down below. Be a subscriber to the channel. So if you are not already a subscriber, just hit that little red subscribe button. And then the last thing you have to do is just leave me a comment telling me what your favorite color is. So you can be really specific, like your favorite watercolor color. Like one of my favorites is Perylene Violet. So you can go like that, or you can just tell me general, like red, green, blue, whatever you want. So that's all you have to do to enter to win one of these. The giveaway will run for just 1 week. So I will pick 5 winners next Tuesday. The giveaway will run, no, that's wrong. The giveaway will run till next Tuesday, till midnight, and then I'll pick winners Wednesday. Okay, let's get this straight. And the winners will be contacted through YouTube messaging. So be sure to check your YouTube messages next week if you enter, because a lot of people do not check them. I think you get an email, but a lot of people don't check them. So be sure to check them. So that is the giveaway. And if you're just interested in them in general, and even if you're entering the giveaway too, you should definitely check out the Indiegogo page for this. The guy who invented them is running an Indiegogo campaign to crowdfund money to make them in a larger production run. He's only making them in little production runs right now. So, you know, he needs to be able to buy in bulk. So he's running the Indiegogo campaign, and it's actually a really, really pretty campaign page. Like, I've seen a lot of them, and it's a really nice one, really well thought out, lots of facts. So if you're interested in learning more about them, definitely do that. And the campaign, his campaign only runs for, I think, like maybe till the end of the month. So not that long to see. And if you choose to back him in his Indiegogo campaign, then you get something for like every donation level. So that's really cool. So if you're interested in that, definitely check it out. And I'll leave the link, I think I already said this, but I will leave the link right at the top of the description to his Indiegogo campaign. Okay, everybody, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, as always, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye.